I really, I'm not entirely sure what this video is in the first place. I was just told we'd be talking, so.
But in all honesty, I just wanted to make a video where we just play a little game and, we just talk. I know a lot of my videos are very edited. I think a lot of games I play, I try to look for content. I think it's just nice to talk to friends. So I was just playing a little game. I don't know if I'll continue it, making it TF2, because I do plan on talking to other friends I play with and talk to. However, TF2 is just a game we both had, so, And also, I feel like it's a game that is surprisingly popular. Like,
a lot of people know what TF2 is.
Oh, yeah. But
I
it's
feel
like,
you'll appeal to a large audience.
Yeah, but it's the fact that it's still around, it's still big, It's not popular because of nostalgia now. It's like people still play TF2.
Dude, this is a pretty easy game so far, I'm not gonna lie.
But, what is your favorite character in this game?
Engineer. Like, absolutely.
Engineer.
What's your favorite character?
Scout, because he's a twink.
I don't think he is.
Dude, have you seen his build? He is made to be a twink, bro.
I think that's just you, gonna be honest.
Okay, we don't have to talk about my twink status, alright?
I mean, this is a commentary. We can talk about it a little.
Yeah, this is just us getting a little chance to talk, maybe play a few games. How has life been for you lately? What's been happening?
A lot of procrastination. I don't like
what?
I don't like procrastinating, but I mean, it's not. I can obviously do stuff about it, but procrastination is a issue for me.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. Do you feel like it is because of like a lack of motivation, or just like laziness, or what?
I feel like it's both, honestly. I've always struggled with having motivation to do stuff, but I'm pretty passionate about coding, so it's definitely stemming from a like laziness perspective that I don't want to code stuff. Now, my lack of videos is probably a lack of motivation versus a lack of like.
And by the way, Cooper does have a channel. Just go check him out. Put it on screen. Get a little notification.
Shouldn't. I make boring videos.
You should like. You should subscribe. You should tell him that he's attractive and try to hit him up. Maybe give him a date with Hatsune Miku.
If you like this video, you might like my channel. But honestly, if this is already boring you, you should probably just stick to Kyle's content.
I know I already talked about this a bit, but I really do compensate for my lack of communication. I think comedy. I really don't think I'm that funny. But I do try to compensate with playing with friends and editing. Because editing is something I'm passionate about, and I've been really learning lately. Like, I've been hardcore trying to learn editing. I'm like slowly getting better and better, and it does make it so I'm able to continue to get better at making videos and content and stuff. But in all honesty, I do use it as a form of compensation for a lack of skill. And that's something I really do envy about you. You say your content's boring, but you're able to still be entertaining, even though it's just talking.
I don't know if I am that entertaining, I'm gonna be honest.
Oh my god. Dude. I'm retiring a scout. What the fuck? I just missed that engineer twice. Let me turn down my sensitivity.
Dude, I'm doing pretty good as demo man right now. I've even gotten some cool jump clips in for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Give me that content I really need.
Dude, I'm on 3 health. How am I live right now?
Oh, I'm fucked.
Oh.
No, I'm not. I'm fucked.
I was on 3 health for the longest time there.
So, going back to your passion about coding, I'm very curious about this. It's very early to kind of talk about this pretty early. It's kind of like almost existential. I don't entirely believe that being passionate about something entirely makes you motivated. I actually had an Instagram where I did a lot of drawing. I did a lot of art. And I mean, I'm not saying I was like the best artist out there, but I was really good, especially, for my age, and I was very creative, and I was very good. my mom really wanted me to continue doing illustration in college because I've already been practicing it for a very long time and I was very good at it.
I mean, being
However,
good at something doesn't mean you necessarily want to do it for the rest of your life, though. Like, I've been told I'm super good at writing essays, like literature essays, but I hate reading and I hate writing essays. It's just boring to me.
mhm.
But I've been told I'm good at it, so I should continue doing it, right?
It doesn't really go that way. Even if you want it to, it's still hard to find that motivation. However, I was passionate about drawing for a long time. However, I could feel myself like slowly not being passionate. Like even not being passionate. Like I was so passionate about drawing. It was just like, oh, I'm just gonna do this again. Cool. I felt like I was passionate about it, but I wasn't motivated. Like I really want to do this thing. I mean, you can equate that to procrastination, saying like, "Oh, I really want to do this. I'm like 100% passionate, but you just keep pushing it off."
It's
Uh,
yeah. I mean,
something I've learned in the past year, I think, has completely kind of changed my mindset. I mean, literally is one of the big reasons why I started doing YouTube because I started thinking about this. Is self-efficacy. Do you know what self-efficacy is?
I do not. Do you want to explain it?
So self-efficacy is the idea that it's not about how motivated you are. It is about what is motivating you. Because it takes looking at your past, present, and future. And I heard you, bitch. I heard you, bitch. I heard you. I heard that. I heard that spy on cloak. Oh,
I just died to that spy with like the most embarrassing face stab ever.
self-efficacy is entirely about. It's not about how motivated you are. It is about what is motivating you. Because it takes looking at your past, present, and future and saying, what the hell even are my goals? You know, it doesn't have to be long term. Obviously, like being able to say, oh, I know what my goals are when I turn 90. That's unrealistic. But just saying like, what do I want the next 2 years? You know, I'm going to college right now. So I've been thinking like, what the hell am I going to college for? Why do I want to do it? What the hell do I want to complete? Because it's an expensive thing to do that a lot of people do. Where it's just like, they go, even if it's college, it's so expensive. People still go to college because they're told to. Because they say like, oh, you should. It's why the rate of people going to college was so high. Just like a decade or two ago, because everyone was kind of told you should go to college because you need to go to college. You know, if you want to get a good job, go to college. I know this is very Gen Z of me to say, but I don't believe, because you know, especially with the rise of the internet, we're like, I can just be a YouTuber, I can make money that way, right? Every YouTuber has a Lamborghini and. You know that, right? You have your own penthouse and you have your second lake house.
That's what I wanted to be whenever I grew up.
Yeah.
Like being an officer or whatever. Like being a spaceman and being a firefighter and all those.
It is very Gen Z to me to say, you know, like you don't have to go to college to get this amazing job or anything. But it's not a guarantee win. It is not, and especially when it gets you in debt. It's just not. And because of the rise of, you know, the internet and people being able to grow their own skills, the amount of people going to college and still succeeding is kind of rising. I don't know, it feels like nowadays, the mentality still feels like it hasn't changed. The amount of people that go to college, I believe, is probably less in percentage-wise, because a lot of people are in debt. But also, I don't think the rate of people that go to college because they're passionate about something has changed at all. Maybe it has, but I still think a lot of people going to college because they say, you know, like, yeah, I got a few scholarships maybe, and I don't know, I'm told I should.
Yeah.
In reality, it's like, I don't think it's about that at all. I don't think it's about anything, because if you take nothing away and only want the paper, you might as well just threw money at a wall, you know? Not saying every class is supposed to be taken into heart and used for the rest of your life, because in all honesty, I'm not going to be using my history class almost at all, especially the one I did, because it was basically high school history. But in college class, like it was so ridiculously easy and not needed. But the entire point of it, of like taking those classes as well, even though I still agree that it's kind of a scam, you know, gen eds, but it's still about making sure you're able to like just be passionate, but have like a good work ethic, be able to multitask, and just be able to work very consistently and well. The whole reason why we still do a lot of those classes. And there are different schools where you can entirely focus on something. I mean, that's art school in a nutshell. But the thing about art school is like, yeah, they're private, so they're usually more expensive, and there's definitely less chance of actually being recognized, and that again for ridiculous reasons that are also an issue. I don't know, I feel like I've been ranting about this for a bit, but it is something I'm true to agree that college is kind of how we perceive college. I think is kind of is rough. It's very rough.
A bit of an interesting perspective on this because obviously I decided not to go to college despite my career or whatever being coding based, which is largely seen as a college based career. But I'm super into something called indie development, which
Okay.
is just essentially a singular person or small group of people work on whatever game or whatever they're making. And I would super like to do that myself. I just know that college is probably not the best way to go about doing that, since I'd learn a lot of the skills I need required to that for that, but I'm not exactly applying for a job here. I make the job myself. I don't need to impress anybody with anything other than my pure results. Which, even if I never actually get recognition or top selling game of the year or whatever, I think I would be happy with just working like a middle class job and making games on
Yeah.
the side. Because it's what I like to do.
There's a study shown that it was like flexibility, like more people were happy with flexibility than actual pay. I can't, maybe if I can find an article, I'll put it on screen or something, I don't know, but it's because like you can have the best corporate job, but if you hate it, you know, it's probably, you're still not going to be happy. But back to what I was saying about self-efficacy, because it's about how what's motivating, not about how motivated. Because an important thing about that, and the reason why there's such a difference, because I think what self-efficacy can really do for someone is it can help them not necessarily be motivated, but continue to work even when it's like tedious or stressful. Yeah, this fucking sucks. However, I'm able to look at my goals and say, I'm passionate about this. So I'm gonna go through this annoying part to get to the part I actually want to get to. Because you're able, it's pretty much just goal setting in a way where it's mixed in with understanding yourself. I think that's what makes self-efficacy so important. I made a whole paper about self-efficacy and like living a happy life and living a meaningful life. Got him. Like I took a whole class on that. And it was really nice because I'm able to pretty much kind of like look at a more realistic way of, do I want to live a happy life or a meaningful life? Because the thing about meaningful life, I think it's very we commonly mix a meaningful life with contributing to society. But in all honesty, that's not a meaningful life, because if it's not meaningful to you, you can contribute all you want. It's probably not going to be meaningful to you. Because there are times where it's like, this sucks, but I feel good helping others. That's still meaningful. But like, if you get no fulfillment, even from helping others, it's still not a meaningful life, you know? After thinking about it, I decided I almost left college. That's something I don't even think I told you about. I almost dropped out of college, or at least like took a break. I almost wanted to take a break because I wanted to think about what the hell I even wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, you bitch. I knew that medic was a spy. I looked straight at his dumb face. I looked at him at his dumb face, and he walked back. I'm like, that's
Dude,
a
you're
fucking
top
spy.
scoring. Anyways, I kind of get it. I mean, like, I made this decision very early on. I mean, relatively speaking. I made it before I did anything with college, which is definitely, like, a plus. But I decided, you know, I've never really liked school. Why should I torture myself by going to school when I can do what I want without it?
Exactly. Exactly. I think the thing about school is it's not that. I think the most people that take the most out of college aren't even the ones that are good at school. I think it's one thing to be good at school, and there are people that can storm through high school, storm through college, do amazing, get out of college, and then they don't know what to do. Cause like, wow, I'm done with school. What do I do now? Cause you can be amazing at school, but you can still like almost get really nothing out of it. I don't know. I'm not great at school. I'm getting better at being in a mindset of wanting to learn the material, even if I hate it. I'm getting better at looking at what I'm learning and saying, okay, what the hell can I take out of this? Because I have to do it. You know, like there's no real choice in it. I have to do these dumb classes, so you know, like if I'm doing this anyways, let's find a way or something for me to learn. I mean that helps, but not everyone can do that. Oh yeah, people could still not like school and have a hard time, but yet be able to tell themselves like, I do know what I want to do though, and if that's a way that's going to help me, and I think I can do it, maybe I should. You know, there's people that like you say that like you're passionate about coding. It's commonly seen as a college thing. However, you understand that, you know, what's going to make you happier, what's going to be more meaningful to you, it's going to be more important to you, and just college isn't part of that. And I think that's like totally okay, because college isn't a magical bottle solution where it's going to, you know, magically give you money. So many fucking spies, holy hell.
I know, they have like 3 spies or something. I know they have at least 2.
They suck because I keep running into them. My God. But yeah, I'm not sad that I'm going to college or anything. I'm very happy that I am, even though it sucks. I don't like school. No matter, even if with my mindset of like, oh, let's see how much I can learn, I still don't like it. I didn't want to go into. That's a fake me. Dude, twice. I was like, what the fuck? Twice. There was a spy that disguised as me. I kill him. Another spy came by disguised as me, and I kill him. My God.
Do you think they're using dead ringers?
That'd be fucking hilarious if so.
Maybe that's why it seems like there's like 5 spies, is because they have like 2 using dead ringers.
That would just be really stupid to go back disguised as me though. This is a very broad question. I don't care how you kind of go about it. But what is your opinion on YouTube?
On YouTube? Just in general?
Like, yeah, what's your opinion about YouTube?
I mean, it's pretty nice. I think it used to be better. Generally speaking, everybody tries to do what YouTube does, but they're just not as good at it because they're not popular. YouTube's already popular. It's definitely going to be the #1 place I go for any content, regardless of if it's good or not.
What about the creators in YouTube?
There are definitely some good ones. I think if you're in it just for views, you typically fall under the bad creator category.
I mean, I think it's okay if like you're not passionate about YouTube, but if you have like a business and it's like, oh, it's just to promote it, I think there's nothing wrong with that. However, yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers, I think, that go into YouTube expecting if they try hard enough, they will make enough money. And that is just not how that works. Sadly, it should work that way. I don't think there's a way you can make it work that way. YouTube will never not be dictated by the people. No matter how hard you work, maybe just the algorithm doesn't really show your content, so you just don't really grow besides a small percentage of people. I think for every one great YouTuber, there are thousands upon thousands of YouTubers that don't succeed. And that's not to deter people from doing something like YouTube. I'm not saying like, oh, you shouldn't do YouTube because, you know, you're not going to find success. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's usually
you
takes
shouldn't
some sort
do
of passion.
YouTube for the success.
I mean, you can if you can motivate yourself like that. But a lot of YouTubers, especially I have followed YouTubers in my past I've loved and stopped, but they've stopped making content because they weren't as successful as they wanted to be. And that's just because they expected more, sadly. Yeah, so much of YouTube, I think, is about self-care and like understanding what you want. And if you don't understand what you want, and you don't have a goal, or even appreciate just making content in general, you're probably not gonna last that long. There's people, and especially I'll see YouTubers that don't really
Hold
That,
your thought.
like-
I'll be right back. I am back.
Oh, you're back, dude. I was going crazy.
Dude, were you?
Like, insane, not like good.
Not like you were popping off.
No.
No, you were like in the white room, drawing dicks on the walls, right?
In the right. No, penises.
All right, what were we talking about?
Not, can I be honest with you?
Genuinely forgot.
Yep.
I think it was along the lines of stuff you're passionate about, how to be happy, the secret safe code in the vault at Area 51.
Yes, as everyone know, it's 242299801. I was saying it 02289071.
I think you changed it. I think you changed it.
It's a multi-layer code.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know it.
It
Like
changes
to the
every
back
5
of my head.
seconds. It changes every 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's actually using that weird lock that banks use, where it's like it shows a camera of like. Have you seen the lock where it's like a wall of lava lamps, and they analyze it because there's no lava lamps and how they move aren't predictable in any way.
Yeah.
So they use lava lamps to secure their. That's basically what that lock is. However, I know the code. I know the secret.
You know the code.
I can't tell you directly. I have to tell you secretly. So you actually have to watch my videos. You have to find the hints in every video. And then for the next one, for the next 10 years. And then finally, at that point, I will show you guys.
Yeah. Gonna be a whole
Not-
ARG.
A real life Area 51 classified ARG. Your Honor, I did it for the lulz. It was an ARG.
Your Honor, I did it for the views.
Your Honor, I have more subs than you.
Your Honor, your opinion's invalid. I have 14 subscribers on YouTube.
Let me ask you this, because I wanted to ask you this earlier, but I couldn't really get to it. What is one of your, like, goals, do you think? Like, what are some of your big goals, let's say, in the next few years?
I'd like to have a game uploaded to Steam. I don't particularly care if it's a good game or if it's got a lot of stuff, but I would like to upload a game to Steam. I think that would be a good step.
Is there anything else? Like, is there anything else you're hopeful for the next few years?
I don't know, man. Just hope I don't go into poverty.
No, that's so real.
Like, actual concern.
Yeah, I get it. Fucking sucks living right now. Our minimum wage is still increasing at like an alarming rate next year.
Yeah.
It's not anything like super crazy, you know, but it's like, that's insane. You know, especially for where we live. That
It's definitely like a problem.
And the reason why it's a problem, like, yes, it's going to make more money. However, minimum wage increase doesn't, it does make everything more expensive, because that means that every job has to increase it. Besides, you know, some exceptions like, you know, recreational jobs, tipping jobs, which is a whole other issue by itself. My God, the fact that like we're basically the only country that also do tipping jobs, like waiters. Like we're one of the few countries that do it. In most countries, it's insulting. It's just so stupid. It's ridiculous. Because it became such a custom where like it's just normal, and it shouldn't be normal. You know, it shouldn't be like, I should be responsible for making sure this person has food on the table tomorrow. You know, especially like there's people that can't afford to tip, especially if it's like a special occasion, they want to go out, but they're already struggling enough with money, but they want to celebrate. It can be very, very scary. But on the same side, we should live in a world where, you know, the restaurant can just be responsible of paying their own workers.
Yeah, absolutely.
It shouldn't be upon the customers. There was, I can't remember how old. I just watched it last night. I was on a big Moist Critical bench last night, and he watched a video where it was an owner. He was chasing someone out of the restaurant because he didn't tip. And like later on, you could tell he was an asshole. That doesn't mean the owner should like try to harass the man until they end up tipping.
No, the owner should just pay for their employees to work.
Exactly.
Like it should be.
The manager says, like, how the hell are my employees going to be able to eat next week? I think, yeah, that could show, you know, like, oh, this owner, you know, is so ignorant to the fact that he can just pay his employees. But also, it's become such a custom, you know, where it's like, oh, waiters make money because of tips. It's like it shouldn't be that way. And there are people constantly trying to find ways to improve our tipping system, but my gosh, is it just a fucking shit show. But no, we talked about your goals, but like, can I ask you, why do you want to get a game on Steam?
Steam is one of those things where it's like, I feel like you know you're doing something good if you can get your game on Steam. It's not particularly hard. You can upload any crap to Steam if you are willing to shell out the time and money for it, especially for someone like me. It's kind of a lot to do that sort of thing, especially if what I'm doing right now is basically just a hobby. It's not an actual job because I don't get paid for it. I don't get anything out of it. I haven't actually made a proper game and uploaded it anywhere yet.
What exactly is motivating you to do that, though?
To make games?
Yeah.
I like making games. It's just fun.
I'm not looking for like an existential answer here where you're questioning your life. I was just genuinely wondering.
I just like making games. I find the process enjoyable, and I get a lot of feedback whenever I test the games out. Whenever you add literally anything to a game, depending on what it is, you can test it almost immediately because it's a game. It's your program.
Yeah.
So in the process of making a game, you get to play a game. And not just play a game, but you play a game that you yourself constructed. And that's a big part of this for me, is that I made it. That little character on the screen that moves a little janky can like blow up a building with his bare hands if he wanted to, just because I wanted to see what would happen if I did this specific code, you know. And there's something very special about getting to make your own little worlds.
Big part of us do have different motivations, but I think we both do like just like want to make something that's just ours, you know. Again, I don't want to speak for you exactly, but be able to just say like, you know what, I made that, and I'm proud that I made.
Nothing compares to the feeling of making something yourself and being proud of it. It's one of our major driving forces as human beings. And I think once you understand that, it can really open up a lot of options for you. Like once you understand what you like to make, what you like to do, even if it's something as simple as making an environment that you like to work in. Like, you don't have to be a creator. I'm not saying that at all. But there is something very novel in white-collar workers working in environments that they helped shape because of their attitudes. Regardless of what you think, that is a form of creation. And that's probably the longest form of creation we have, is our relationships with other people.
I do like asking the questions of, you know, like, oh, what's your major goals? You know, like trying to work up, you know, someone's self-efficacy. But also, I think it is easy to get caught up in like, oh, I don't have anything. I don't know.
I don't know if it's about the major goals. Honestly, it's just whatever I'm working on at the time.
Am I, because again, I know people can have their own opinions about what the meaning of life is. However, I really do think
42.
that the meaning of life... Oh yeah, you just read my mind. I do think the meaning of life is just what you make it, you know? Because I am a Christian. I believe there's a higher being that made everyone, everything, you know, gave me eyes, gave me a cock, gave me my motivation, gave me my skills.
Get off the stage. No one likes a Christian.
You could still, I'm still human. I think, and this is probably going to be very controversial, but just because you are a Christian doesn't mean you're any less human. In a sense of like, you could still say my meaning of life doesn't have to be entirely, you know, like my religion.
Also, to that point, just because you're Christian doesn't mean you're any more human. Don't be getting any ideas there, buddy.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a whole other thing. I think a lot of people get that wrong, especially I knew someone who before I even like really went to church or anything, I knew someone that was very she was like, I'll be your like acquaintance. Like, she said the word fucking acquaintance. Like, this was like 9th grade. It's fucking 9th grade. We have to be like, I'll be your acquaintance, but because you're not a Christian, it'll be toxic. So I won't be your friend. I'm
But
like,
you are a Christian, what?
I,
I'm so
I, I wasn't
confused.
really at, I wasn't really at the time. I
Oh.
wasn't really like I didn't go to church. Because I didn't think about religion. I didn't grow up in a religious household or anything. So it's just
Well,
like
I didn't
I just never
either,
talked
but
about
I
it.
feel like part of being Christian is not really knowing.
Well, you can never know. Like again, it's very easy to get comfort in religion because a lot of people, look towards
Personally, I don't want
fucking
comfort
hell,
in
holy hell.
religion. I want religion to scare me. If
Oh
God,
God,
if God's watching right now, you need to make me believe in you. All right.
I want God to make me feel insignificant. Come on, make me feel pain.
I don't know. That might be kind of a wild opinion,
No, 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 no. I get that though.
but
That's kind of
really,
how I see it too.
the only times I believe in God is when something has directly happened to influence me to believe in God. That's the only
Yeah,
time.
I do. I am a Christian. However, I don't try to say there's 100% proof. The thing about God is that at least in the Bible, there's no real descriptive thing. It's like he looks like this, 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 and this. Like he could take on a form. God refers to him as the Father, but that's just because we're human. That's the only thing we can really understand, and, comprehend. So it's like even if I could see him, I would probably go insane. It would literally be a Lovecraft scenario. I don't entirely try to say that because I'm a Christian, I know everything. I understand there's faith in the sense of no matter how much I believe, it's always faith. I can try to make myself believe that it's a fact, 100%. However, it's hard. It's hard to say that because we don't have a photograph of what he looks like. So a big part of it is faith.
Dude, we
I
got
don't know.
plenty of photographs of God now that we have AI.
Dude, you're so right. I really
Oof.
don't think that anyone's any better for being a Christian. Is basically what I'm trying to say. You're not any more human. You're not any less human. Because the entire thing about Christianity is like, yeah, I'm a Christian, but also I'm human. I want to be able to look at my meaning of life and say it's what I make it. You know.
For all of the religions that happen to be like my main faith or whatever, I really got a boring one. Like there are so many like mythologies and stuff that
Dude,
are just
I
so much more fun.
dude, the Greeks had so much fucking
I
fun.
know, right?
Like, it was a fucking adventure. Every day you woke up not knowing if like some fucking griffin was gonna take you out of the sky or Zeus was gonna smite you out of the world. God, to live in the era.
For a
No, I
while,
get
I
it.
I wanted to just believe in Greek mythology because I was like, this one's so much cooler than what I have. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, and you tend to believe stuff that sounds realistic. Dude, you ever heard of Mormonism?
You ever heard of the ship of Theseus?
Don't do this. Don't you dare. I will quit.
Imagine you have a boat.
I will quit.
It's weird because I did a homeschool program. My junior year and or sophomore and junior year, half of sophomore year, whole junior year, and it was based off of like some program in Florida, and it was a Christian Baptist school, and they had a lot of beliefs that it's just almost screwed up to say because it's basically just saying I'm better than you because I'm Christian. It's pretty much just what it basically was. Don't speak to anyone. They had things about don't respect your parents. You can honor it's either you honor your parents but don't respect your parents, or respect your parents but don't
What?
honor your parents if they're atheists, if they don't believe in God. And it's like that's so fucked up to say. And they were saying like don't be friends with someone who is an atheist, which is also just a thing of like, so you should convince people to be Christian, but don't ever be friends with them.
Don't be friends
Uh,
with the people you're trying to convert. Yeah,
yeah.
that really helps, man. I
What
can
the
I can
fuck?
smell the recruits just lining up at the door.
Dude, the conversion rates is through the roof.
Does someone
Saying
want
that it
to
should.
set off those grenades? I think they
Energy has a
got too
turret.
much. They got too much momentum, and there is a gun there.
Oh, I tried to do my best. I got him, but I couldn't get the other guy. Damn it.
Anyways, what are your goals? I'm
What
gonna
are my goals?
I'm gonna turn this around on you. Yeah, what are your goals? since you asked what my goals were and I wasn't prepared for the question.
Damn, I really wasn't prepared for the question.
You've definitely thought about what you want in like 1 or 2 years, right?
I mean, yeah. I would say I started thinking about 2 years ago. You know, like when I was starting my senior year, I was like, wow, I'm gonna be out of high school soon. What the fuck do I even want to do? I did do a lot of thinking then, but it kind of did turn into I was good at art, and sometimes I did like art, so I'm gonna pursue that 100%.
And then you didn't.
Well, the thing was, I do like art. I don't get me wrong. I like designing stuff. I like drawing. I even like designing stuff for videos, you know. But I like the appreciation I got from other people. Maybe enough for some people, but I don't work that way. It's such a temporary boost, in my opinion, or at least how it works for me. Like, I can be as good as art. I can be like amazing at art, but if I'm not enjoying it, I'm gonna burn out. I'm not gonna like doing it. I originally was gonna do illustration. That was like my goal was to just be an artist. I was gonna do illustration, and then I realized, wow, I really don't fucking like this. I still remember the night I sat down. I told my mom I didn't want to do illustration, and she was like, she wanted to do art in college really bad. So to hear that I wasn't doing art, she wasn't mad. My mom's a very
She was
mad
disappointed.
My mom, yes, because how my mom is that she's very, you know, she gets mad, but she was mostly like, she wasn't entirely a single mom, but my dad, he was a very fun parent. He was. I love my dad to death, but he was a fun parent. There were times where he got like, when we were should be in trouble, we did, but for the most part, there were stricter rules at my mom's house. My mom was more angry. But when I told my mom that that I didn't want to do illustration, she was like, I'm just disappointed. She never does that, so it was like, oh god. Fucking me. Holy hell, that was awful. However, I started thinking about it, and it didn't deter me. Because the whole reason why I changed it in the first place was because I felt like I wasn't being fulfilled. I wasn't getting any real happiness from it. So why should I continue doing it, you know? Before, I didn't even try to look into careers. Because when I was thinking about if I should do college in the first place, I started thinking about, like, what's everything I can do? Wait, is this it? Wait, where am I going?
That's a good question.
I was across the map. I'm in the next checkpoint. But yeah, I started, before I even thought about what career I wanted to get into, I started thinking about what do I even want to do with my life? What do I want to accomplish? And in all honesty, I wanted to create. It wasn't through drawing. That's why I feel like I'm a very creative person. I've noticed that throughout my life. I'll pick up a media. Maybe not necessarily be very good at it, but I'll be very creative. I will still find a way to be very creative in that media. I'll still be able to find ways to make art out of it. And that does mean, like, translate through video editing. That does translate through audio editing and CGI and all that stuff. It does translate very well. And I started to realize, like, I just want to create stuff. If that's a movie, if that's a show, if that's a short film, if that's stupid YouTube videos, I wanted to create. And I kind of, that was like one of my biggest goals. I wanted voice back. I just wanted to create. I wanted to make stuff. And I'm not trying to shoot my goals too high. However, one of my biggest goals is to commit to creating and not to making sure I have the best job that pays the most money. Yeah, that's like one of my biggest goals. But I've started to realize one of my other big motivations for doing YouTube and all is it is a platform where I can send out have a community where I can tell a message. You know, especially nowadays with how YouTube is, it's a very money hungry area almost. You know, it feels like it's a lot of people going to YouTube expecting money, or they have to follow a trend, or even just like a lot of jobs now. I feel like I want to show people that it doesn't have to be like that. You know, you can go into YouTube or really anything and be okay with no success, but also, where am I going? Oh, I'm bringing it here. Okay, hey, I moved it. Wow, we almost lost because we forgot about that. I could have won us multiple times. I didn't even realize that. But what was I saying?
I don't know. I stopped listening.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Kind of dumb. No, you're fine. I guess to kind of dumb down what I'm saying. I just want to be able to send a message where that like you don't have to be like super popular or anything. It's about what makes you happy, and what makes you happy. I don't think ever is really going to be entirely money. You know, it's like it's okay to do something that maybe it doesn't pay great. It's enough to pay the bills, but you enjoy it. But also, I want to create. I want to look at making videos and see how far I can go with making films and making different content. I just want to see how far I can do it because I love doing it. I don't just love doing YouTube. I don't just love video editing. I don't just love audio. I love the whole creating process. That's basically like one of my biggest goals in life is to just create as much as I can. Yeah. We'll all die someday. And
damn, that's dark, bro.
This is kind of existential, kind of sad. This is sad, but about I think I told you, but I didn't tell you the second part, but I told you the first part. This last Christmas, I had one of my grandparents. He was in and out of the hospital. One night I got a call saying he's not doing good. He's being sent home from the hospital, and to like pass away at home, with his family. And like I think it was my dad or stepmom told me that, and they said like it was gonna be a few days, and I didn't appreciate that to save my life. Like it was like, oh, a few days, that's guaranteed, right? Like exactly like 3-4 days, 100%.
No.
Yeah, that's not how things work. The body goes out when it wants to, when it can't hold on anymore. So I saw that happen, and I said, all right, I'll go tomorrow afternoon. I had some homework, and even later in the day, I wanted to relax and play with some friends. I know this is super, super selfish of me, and it's something like I still haven't fully forgiven myself of. He then passed away. Like, he passed away the next morning, and I was really sad. I started to realize I could have saw him. Like, nothing was stopping me. Like, realistically, school is not stopping me. He lives like an hour, maybe an hour and a half away. Like, it's not a flight. It's just like, okay, it's just a little bit of drive. And nothing was stopping me, yet I still decided to stay at home because I wanted to relax. It started maybe thinking multiple things, putting more care into the people around me, but also more care to myself. Same time, where it's just like I did kind of look at that. A part of me did, where it's like it could literally just end any moment. Like one day, it's like, oh shit, I'm dead. I took a wrong turn, and now 1999 Toyota Corolla crashes into me, and I am now paralyzed. And for how dark that is, it is like
at least you can still make videos if you get paralyzed.
Dude, I could start a paralyzed vlog. Dude, the para-vlogs? Dude, this is gonna be the year of the para-vlogs. But yeah, I started thinking about just like I'm not gonna have much. I could go in a year. I can go in 30, and I don't know. I want to live every day like. I want to cram as many projects as I can because I don't know if I'm ever gonna go. But I've also noticed I've been trying to appreciate my friends more. I've been trying to appreciate my family more.
Do you appreciate me?
No.
Okay, good, because we're not friends.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, we're boy toys.
Whoa, not on the internet, man. They'll know our secret.
Only by closed doors are we boy toys. I've tried to start to appreciate my family and friends more, because in all honesty, I've had people close to me pass away, but I have had family members pass away, but they were like, I would see them like once every 2 years or something, That grandma was the first like real person I was like super close to that I've developed a big relationship, and just like passed away. I didn't appreciate it at all in the moment. Of like actually going out of my way to go see him. Yeah, it's something I still regret. I still beat myself up about. I do try to take that and improve myself of like, I don't want to do that ever again. For how much college is going to help me, that's always going to be a small part of my life. and if something like someone's about to pass away, like forever, I'd rather appreciate that than a fucking English class. It's always just been like I'm trying to do what I'm good at. I guess another goal is just do what the fuck I want. It does sound selfish, but I don't know. I feel like I want to take control of my life. Yeah, I want to be able to, and that's part of me wanting to create as one of my main goals. How much I want a community that I can talk to and oh wait, are we NGing?
Are we all NG? What? I'll go NG, because this is
Hold on.
funny.
We don't have enough NGs. We've talked about a lot of existential stuff. Sorry to kind of make it like kind of sad, but
Dude, this is gonna be a depressing video.
no. We're giving people motivation in their life. But I think it is okay to
Yeah, some motivation. You will die someday, so you better do something while you're alive. God, so motivating.
I mean that is a form of motivation. Is it the best? I don't know, but I want to make the most of it, like, yeah, am I a Christian? I believe I'm gonna go to heaven, yeah, but also I'm human and I want to fucking live. I want to eat.
I'm a Christian. I believe I'll go to hell.
You just want to feel pain, I think.
I am a tad bit of a masochist. I don't know if you know this about me. Just a little.
I want to go to hell to see how much I can take.
Man, you were doing work though. I saw that.
But thank you. Holy hell. I almost died because this medic. I got the Widowmaker out right now. I'm about to put this up their ass. Give them a new canal to stick things up in. I want to ask, what are your main goals about YouTube though? Like, what do you want to accomplish from YouTube?
I don't know. I want to use YouTube as a way of leveraging myself to do more. I feel like the more I upload on YouTube, the more I want to do. Which was the motivation behind my most recent video. I want to do things. But it's very hard for me mentally to get into a state of I'm doing something. So if I can kind of force myself into that state of I need to do something, someone or something wants me to do something as well, it just helps. Going all engineer might have been a bad idea.
Nah, this is great.
Yeah, most of our team has switched off engineer. Because frankly, he's just not a useful class if you're getting spawn camped. I don't know, man. What do you want to accomplish with YouTube?
Like I said, I want to be able to create, but I do want to make, I want to be able to communicate with the people that watch my content. I want to be able to kind of just.
Imagine wanting a community.
Growing up, I watched a lot of YouTube, and the reason why I use Mark quite a lot is because I did kind of grow up watching his content, and I did take comfort. Obviously, I know oh, he's not my friend, he doesn't know me. However, it doesn't mean you can't take comfort from someone else's words or creations. And that's what I try to do here, because I know there's people that watch stuff like YouTube because it's a form of comfort.
I think if I ever get into community stuff, with YouTube, I would want to do it through, other means. I don't want YouTube to be the only mean of communication between an audience and myself.
Yeah. But I think this video's probably gone long enough.
Quick, end the video. Roll credits.
That's right. So I'm sorry, but I just want to say I'm sorry for making this video very existential.
Quick, roll credits. Stay safe.
I'm talking.
I don't care.
I just want to say I'm sorry for making it so essential. However, I do think it's not bad to think about life and what you want to do, because in all honesty, I think it does help understand what you want your goals to be and how you want to take your future. Because I understand that everything, no matter how lucky you are, a lot of stuff you're gonna do in your life is a lot of accomplishments are probably gonna be made by you and not just given. So you do have more control than people think.
Nah, it's all AI driven now.
Yeah, you're right.
Not sorry, Reese's.
Fucking.
God Kyle, are you okay?
I'm ending the video. Fuck you.
That's a great end to the video.